Hey, come on. It's your girl Kristina, come on.
Say what?
Hey, hey, oh.
That's right.
Kristina Roberts Show. Hey, it's your girl Kristina.
Come through.
On the radio.
Ah.
Kristina Roberts Show. Hey, come on, come on. Kristina Roberts Show. Kristina. On your radio. Kristina. Roberts Show. Kristina. On your radio. A nightly talk show where anything goes. No topic untouched. We have you saying shame on it all. No other like her on the radio. So get in the zone. She's on the microphone. Let's hang with Kristina. Roberts Show. Kristina. On your radio.
Welcome to the Kristina Roberts Show, brought to you by Rolling Out Magazine. It is my pleasure this evening to have as my guest Patrice Fisher, a wonderful actress and a dear friend of mine. And Patrice, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Patrice Fisher. I'm kind of elusive for some people. I get a lot of questions. What are you? Where are you from? I'm from everywhere. I am everything. So I act. I would eventually aspire to write and direct like somebody I know. But right now I'm an actress and I'm momming it up.
Oh, that's great. And how old is your daughter?
Oh, my daughter is 13.
13?
Yes.
Wow, so she's at that age.
Everybody says that. What does that? What does that mean?
They become different at 13. And girls are different than boys, too, at 13.
I mean, I can remember 13.
Mm-hmm.
I did give my mom some fits. I think for
kids, I think it's like the 18, the 13, the 16, the 18. To them, it means it's like something like it's a milestone. Like, okay, now I'm 13. I'm a teenager.
Right.
So I guess that's what I'm trying to say. In their minds, they think there's like this big difference now because they're officially a teenager.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they hit that 16 mark.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm not ready for that.
And then the 18. So for them, those are specific, milestones for them.
You know what? She is a great kid, though. I got to tell you, she is an amazing child. She has an amazing spirit. She's older than, her spirit is older than she is. Mm-hmm. She just started a business.
Oh, wow. That's
great. She's just a really great little girl. Yeah, she makes intentional bracelets.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. That's really, really nice.
Yeah. I'm
so,
proud of her.
Where all have you lived? I know you're originally from Texas.
I am originally from Texas. I was a military brat, and what I mean by that, because some people get offended by that terminology, you don't if you were a military brat. You understand what I'm saying. But my dad was Air Force, and we moved every 4 years. So I've been to Spain. The other half of my family is in England. I have family in Alabama, Texas. I've been to quite a few places. I lived in Holland for a while. It was nice, but now, the military kids aren't getting that education of traveling every 4 years because that's a rare thing now. Mm-hmm. So.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. That's great, but I'm sure that opens you up to being able to embrace the differences in others instead of fearing. And that's one of the things I feel like my parents granted me was, as a child, I traveled a lot, and my dad taught at Oxford and University of Argentina, and he got his PhD from the University of Edinburgh in Scotland. So as a child, I was exposed to a lot of different cultures and different people. And I always tell people my 16th birthday party was actually given to me by a couple. The wife was Samoan and the husband was a Holocaust survivor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I was always, around different people, and I feel like in today's society, there's still a lot of people have a narrowly focused view of life because they're not around different type of people.
It's important, and to get out there and see other cultures and live amongst other cultures. I would love to take my daughter to meet her English family. So funny, your dad taught at Oxford. My mother was from Oxford.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, how crazy is that?
Yeah. I want to take her to England. I would love to take her to Spain. I love Spain so much, but I love Brazil. I love, I
want to go to
traveling.
Brazil. Yeah, I want to go to Brazil.
Brazil was beautiful. I went to Rio, but Salvador reached out to my spirit. Bahia was so beautiful to me. It's just important. You need to see how other people live, and
right.
I think Americans are, honestly, in my own opinion, I feel that Americans feel entitled. And once you live amongst another culture,
right.
you lose that entitlement and you become more fluid and you adapt better, if that makes sense.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
Yeah.
Speaking of Americans feeling more entitled, do you feel that that's why we may have the highest rate of the coronavirus in the world?
I
mean,
you just don't open it like that.
Well, I mean, the world is a big place, and we are trending normally of having like a quarter of the cases and a quarter of the deaths worldwide, and there has to be a reason for that because the virus, is everywhere. So why is it that I feel that way personally.
I am not a big fan of the leadership going on right now. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
I think that we have been let down by our leadership, which is supposed to be spearheading how we respond to this virus.
Right.
And without a clear direction and a clear leader guiding the way, we're just lost.
Right.
And all of the information seems to waffle back and forth. Nobody really knows what's actually happening out there.
Right.
And it's fostering this state of fear. And perpetual fear makes people act out in ways that are negative, right?
Right.
And destructive. So that's how I honestly feel about that.
Right.
You know?
Because to me it's absurd the people that are saying, oh, this is about the election and that kind of stuff. So the whole world has a global pandemic because, and that's the whole thing. I feel like a lot of Americans are very arrogant to even believe that. Like there would be a global pandemic just because of an upcoming election in this country. I mean, that makes, zero sense. And the people that say that this is a hoax and it's not that serious. And I have never in my lifetime known so many people to be sick or dying at the same time that I personally know. I mean, I've had cousins on ventilators, I've had friends I've known people who have lost their, parents and significant others and stuff to this. And death is part of life, but never like this, never like this.
Yeah. I personally came through being infected with the coronavirus.
Yes, and how did it affect you physically and mentally for that part?
Well, first of all, you kind of beat yourself up because you're telling yourself, I'm being careful, I'm wearing a mask, and in the beginning I was wearing gloves when I was going out grocery shopping or whatever. I'm staying 6 feet away from people. My bubble is very small with who I interact with.
Right.
So I have no idea how I caught the virus itself. I think that we have a lot of communication and ideas that they're not landing very clearly.
Right.
I feel that you can still walk through another person's stream of air and catch this virus. I feel that it's still airborne.
Right.
That's the only way that I either got it that way or I got it when I stopped wearing gloves when I went grocery shopping. Because Atlanta opened and we felt we could just relax a little bit, and so I did.
Right.
So how I knew I had it was somewhere in the middle of June, I had contracted a really low-grade fever, and my body was aching like I had the flu.
Right.
But it was literally for maybe 14 hours, and then it went away. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that must be allergies because I get really bad allergies here. And then 2 days later, my sense of smell and my taste completely disappeared. If you want to take,
was crazy.
It was. If you want to take somebody's joy away from their life, that's a foodie, or anybody who's really tuned into their senses, losing the sense of taste and smell is one of the worst things that could happen to you. Because you're literally like, oh, I got to eat. and it's just no joy.
Right.
So I got that. That happened, and then I was like, okay, all right, I need to get tested. I went to get tested. It was confirmed that I had it. So I went into lockdown. I was already socially distancing, but I really went into lockdown. And then a couple of days later, I got hives all over my body.
Oh.
And they're telling African American people specifically that that's linked to blood clots. So for 2 days, I was really stressed out, and I was waiting for the high fever, because as soon as I got the high fever, I was taking my butt to the hospital. But even now, you're scared to go to the hospital if you get sick. So,
Right.
What's the answer? So I never got the high fever, so I kind of toughed it out on my own. I was taking supplements. I was taking low-dose bear. I was taking vitamin C. I was taking elderberry. I was taking like a really nice multivitamin. I was drinking a lot of water and giving myself permission to rest, because everybody, once COVID hit and everybody was quarantining, everybody's like, oh, so what are you doing with your life? You need to create a business, start a business, do something. I gave myself permission to rest. What else happened? So weird things started happening to my skin. I had an eczema response to stress. So people are stressed out right now, right? So my response was eczema. And I think, I did have pain in my chest. I was struggling to breathe. That's a real thing. And it doesn't disappear once you test negative. It's still kind of there.
That's what they're saying. A lot of people having. So you still feel that sometimes?
Sometimes. It's like a buildup of mucus, and you can feel it. If you eat the wrong foods, it's going to add to that mucus in your lungs and your chest. So you have to readjust your diet to make sure that you're not eating mucus-building foods.
So what are mucus-building foods?
Dairy is mucus-building food. It really is. I love my cheese. I do. But dairy is a mucus-building food. You have to be conscious about what you're putting into your body now. Your health is your wealth. Without your health, you can't rebuild your life. You can't take care of yourself or anybody that you love, right? So these are things to be conscious of. I'm so grateful that I didn't have to go to the hospital and go on a ventilator for this.
Oh God!
But there's so many people that didn't escape that.
Now, how long was the main part of it? I know you say you still have some stuff going on, but
the main part of the symptoms, they lasted for about 4 weeks, and it took me 7 weeks to test negative.
Oh wow!
I didn't see my child for 7 weeks. Well, I saw her virtually, of course, but yeah.
Oh, wow. So what are you working on now? I mean, I know everything is... Well, first of all, how has this affected the industry?
Oh, so everybody is terrified. And I'm telling you, you have to either step out on fear or you have to step out on faith. You cannot do both. So if you're fearful, stay home. If you have faith, do the things that are being suggested. Wear the mask. Why are we fighting about wearing masks?
Right.
Wear it. And then when you're in your own space, take it off.
Yeah, people are getting in actual fist fights and stuff over wearing masks, and that's unbelievable to me.
I don't understand that. So do the things, do the antibacterial on the hands. Wash your hands often. Stay 6 feet away from each other. If you have symptoms, stay home.
Right.
But the industry is testing everybody. So I'm working on Saints and Sinners right now, season 5, and we get tested every 72 hours.
Oh, well, that's good.
72 hours before you show up to set, you need to test for COVID and get your results back. And then they know that they're keeping the environment safe. People wear masks. They stay 6 feet away from each other. Craft services, somebody is assigned to hand you things.
That's what I did on the last movie I did, yeah.
It's you just have to pay attention to your space a lot more now.
That's good. So they are shooting, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell everybody else what other things you've done, what other shows you've been on.
I've had the blessing to be on Ruthless out here with Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry's lot is so... you have to be there to see it. It's like a whole town amongst itself. Saints and Sinners, of course. I did Last Call. I did Last Christmas with Swirl Films. I do a lot of things with Swirl Films here and there. We're going to work on something very soon.
Yes.
So I keep getting asked about Zane's Sex Chronicles and when is it coming back? And I'm like, well...
Yeah, I heard people are trying to encourage her to bring that back. So tell me, have you ever met Zane?
I have.
Oh, okay.
I have met Zane. Zane is she's very intelligent. She knows what she likes and she just goes for that. She's very quiet.
I heard that about her.
Yeah. But you know, she takes the room in. She knows what's working and what's not.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Would you ever consider doing that again?
Zane's Sex Chronicles. I would. I would.
Okay. That's interesting because I heard people have been asking her to reimagine it.
Reimagine it how? Because I just watched something
As Zane being like, older now, being more settled.
Really?
And just progressing.
I watched something very interesting. I'm into novellas right now. There's a novella on Netflix that's really amazing. And I when I watched it, I thought of Zane and reimagining it.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back on the Kristina Roberts Show with Patrice Fisher. Welcome back to Rolling Out Presents the Kristina Roberts Show. I'm here with my guest, Patrice Fisher, and we were just talking about the possibility of reimagining Zane's Sex Chronicles. And I do think it's a good idea because a lot of people feel when women get older that they're not still
Sensual beings.
Yeah.
Whoever said that, I'm gonna spank you when I see you. We don't just get old and disappear.
Right.
We are sensual, sexual beings. Okay.
Exactly. So speaking of sensual, sexual beings, what do you feel about the whole Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion? Wow.
Wow. All right. So I'm split into 3 different segments when we're discussing WAP. There's the mom that had the visceral reaction to maybe her 13-year-old seeing this and hearing the lyrics and singing the lyrics, okay? That visceral reaction was not so good. But then the artist in me sits back and says, okay, we can't demonize Cardi and Megan Thee Stallion because there's a much bigger engine than them driving this. They have a whole team writing for them. They have music people that are music executives that are on top of this as well. It's not just them. Cardi has been the same from day one. She has not changed who she is. So you either love her or you don't.
I love her. I love her honesty. I love her, and she has me cracking up. But the whole thing is, most stuff she says is like, "Where's the lie?" Like,
right.
She's
So it's your choice as a free-spirited human being to turn it off, to ask somebody else to turn it off, or not to watch it. She is a creative. She has not changed who she is from day one. Like I said, you either love her or you hate her. So the creative in me applauds what she's staying true to who she is. The mom in me is like, oh my God, please don't let my child start singing these lyrics. But I did have a conversation with my daughter, and I said, hey, you're getting older. I can't always protect you from some things. But what I can do is ask and answer questions.
Right.
This should be the door that opens communication with parents and children. Okay? There's a lot of things out there that they're being stimulated by and exposed to. So you got to have conversations with your kids. You can't hide everything from them after a certain point, but make sure you're talking to them. What does this mean? What do you think this means?
Right.
How do you respond to it when you see it?
They need to learn from us, not from other kids.
Right. So I get it. The conservatives that are upset, but you're conservative. Stay over there. Turn it off. Don't listen.
Right.
The creatives, we get it. We do. The parents, okay, now you're in a whole new ballgame. You better start talking.
Right, because they're going to find out one way or another. They don't know already. I mean, realistically, kids know stuff at a very young age.
Well, they're talking to their little friends. You got to get in between the little friend conversation too. You got to know who your kids are talking to. I know there's some kids out there that don't have the benefit of a village or parents watching over them. Some other person who's paying attention, please step in. Have a conversation with a young person today and make sure that their head is in the right place.
Right.
Please.
So let me ask you a question. How do you feel the dating scene is out here today?
Dating. Oh man. So I never thought I'd, be at this stage in my life. I never thought I'd be single. But single is a choice for me because you have to be conscious who you're sharing yourself with. Expectations are a really dangerous thing when they're not communicated from both sides. There's an expectation of A, you're heterosexual, or B, you're fluid, or whatever the case may be, and it's unspoken in somebody's mind. That's a big thing right now. A lot of people are fluid and they're realizing it.
Right, that's become the new term,
Right.
fluid. I was actually reading a book description this morning. Somebody wrote a book and he said he was sexually fluid. So how would you define that, being sexually fluid?
Sexually fluid is you haven't put yourself in a specific box of being heterosexual. Oh, if you're a woman, you just like men, or a man, you just like women. You tend to flow with how you're feeling spiritually and moment. If you're attracted to same sex, there's got to be a reason for that, and you explore it. You are not bound to society's norms of 2019 and past. We're living in the present moment.
So do you think that women should be more open to that, to dating men that are sexually fluid?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Listen, I want somebody to communicate with me. If you are sharing your bedroom and your physicality with somebody else, I need to know that so I can make my own decision of whether or not you have protected yourself, especially in these COVID times, right? We need to know who you're hanging out with, who's in your bubble. What are you doing in your bubble? Did you get tested? When's the last time you got tested?
Right, right.
There's an open communication that has to happen if you're dating now. Myself, I've decided that celibacy is better for me because in my opinion, for me, when I hold all my physicality to myself, it clears my mind.
That's true.
So
That's true.
when you're in a physical moment with somebody, you're pulling their energy and you're holding on to their energy.
Right.
They're also pulling from you. If they pull too much from you, you kind of get disoriented if you pay attention.
Right, but a lot of women feel like they have to have the next man lined up before, and men too for that matter, before they move on, and they feel like they can't be alone for 5 seconds. And I've always, been an advocate for saying, look, take time for you, learn to love yourself, get to know yourself. And I agree with you. When you're sharing your body and your space with somebody, it really does affect you. And for me, I just feel like, honestly, relationships take a lot of time and a lot of effort. And to be honest with you, I'd rather be productive doing something else. To be quite honest with you, because it's hard for me to even find time to go have coffee. You said, or to go out to dinner.
Or to enjoy your friends or your relationships outside of the relationship.
Right.
The other thing I'd like to say is that if people need to spend time on their own to heal. If you don't fully heal from what you've done to yourself or what you've experienced relationship amor-wise, you will carry it into a new situationship or a new situation, and you'll hurt somebody when you didn't mean to.
Right.
So spending time with yourself, it's healing.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Like, there have been times in my life, like, I know for a fact right now, I'm not relationship material. I know that. So I'm not even going to pretend like I am because I know that it would just be a disaster. So
important to know that too.
Yeah. So, but I think a lot of people just feel like they're always ready for a relationship, but no, you're not. There are times, and you're probably not going to be relationship material, and so you have to think to yourself, if I were the other person, would I want somebody to come into a relationship with me if they were dealing with everything that I'm dealing with right now? Like, if it was the flip side, would I really want somebody who can't focus on me?
Right.
Who's really not, feeling the whole situation?
Right.
Who would have to, like, force themselves to even be around me just to be saying that they're in a relationship? Would I want that?
No.
Right.
If you have to force anything, it's not for you. And you're not for that person. Right. You have to know that at some point.
And for me, it's a level of I can only be with people that I'm extremely comfortable with. like that I can really be myself with. If I feel like I can't be myself around you, or if it's something that I just feel uncomfortable, I can't do it. I don't
Yeah.
know how you feel about that, but being comfortable is a very big thing for me.
I think I reposted something yesterday about if you are not, yes, you lose out on some things because you weren't being yourself. I'm learning that now. I wish I would have learned it, 10 years ago, but I'm learning it now. It's important to be yourself and to feel
Right.
comfortable being yourself.
Right, exactly. I totally agree. I totally agree. So where can everybody like find you and find out more about you and all that kind of stuff?
Well, I have a beautiful new website, MsPatriceFisher.com, MsPatriceFisher.com. You can find me on Instagram more than Facebook. My Instagram is at Ms. Patrice Fisher, MS Patrice Fisher. May I plug my daughter's?
Absolutely.
Okay. So my daughter Lyric has her own jewelry line. Please support her. She is on Instagram at Lyrical Jewelry. And you can DM her, but we're watching what you're saying, okay?
So she does. You said she does bracelets.
She does. She makes bracelets with semi-precious beads, and there's a definition or a purpose for each bead. So when you put it on your wrist, it attaches to your spirituality or your consciousness, and it works that way. So onyx means something.
That's
or
great.
Pink, pink zebra means something. So she
I
likes
like
to
that.
create bracelets intentionally.
That's great that she's done that at such a young age and understands the different dynamics of the different stones and stuff. That's
Listen,
amazing.
my prayer is that my daughter entrepreneurs herself into her own situation and she never has to work for somebody else.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That would be great. Well, do you have any other advice for anyone?
Well, I'm so very proud of you for doing the rolling out.
Yes, I'm excited.
Yes. Advice, no, just be safe out there and, be conscious and love one another and stop warring on wearing masks. That's not the thing.
Yeah, wear a mask.
And go vote. Go vote.
Definitely
Go vote. Go vote.
Definitely vote because this is crazy. But yeah, it's strange with the whole mask thing, but it's the new normal.
Yeah.
It is strange, like going everywhere and everybody has on masks, and stuff like that. But hey, it's better than the alternative. And if you don't feel comfortable doing, like for me, I don't go out a lot, but when I do, I wear a mask. Because I know, I know that I'd rather, for example, like go shopping online now for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
As opposed to going into a store, a department store or something and trying to shop.
I mean, we're 6 feet away from each other right now. You can be safe and observe what is safe for somebody else.
Yeah, this is just, crazy. I have a senior in high school. Of course, he's feeling some kind of way because this is his senior year, but his friends who play sports are even more, concerned because this is like their last shot.
Yeah.
To prove what they can do to get scholarships and all that kind of stuff. So it's really hard, on the kids.
It is. My daughter's feeling a little bit sad about her lack of social interaction.
Yeah.
We just got to keep them safe, though.
Yeah, we definitely got to do that. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
No, thank
and I'm
you.
sure I'll see you soon. Because like I said, I'll see you soon.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. But thank you, Patrice Fisher, Miss Patrice Fisher, for joining the Kristina Roberts Show on Rolling Out.
Welcome to the Area Justice Show, which is a segment of the Kristina Roberts Show, brought to you by RollingOut.com. Today, my guest is Shayna Little. She is the owner of a company called Pure Lit Candles, and she's going to tell us today, hopefully, how to make some candles, because I don't know how to make them. So, Shayna, tell me how you got started with Pure Lit Candles. Tell the audience a little bit about you first, and then we'll get into your company.
Okay, well, pretty much, I used to always like go to the mall, go shopping, and I would like purchase my own candles from different stores like Yankee, Bath and Body Works, Target, different places. And I've always been a candle lover. I feel like it definitely brings me to my zen. It's my comforting place, and it's my safe place. So after purchasing so many and giving dollars to other companies, I was like, I want to start see what I can do with it. So I've always been working for somebody, or like just always like keeping afloat and just working under another person. So I decided that I wanted to kind of go into business for myself, and I decided I wanted to give candles a try, like to see what I can do with it to create my own brand and venture off into that.
Oh, that's very, very interesting. So, how did you come up with the name Pure Lit Candles? That's different.
hmm I sat on that name for a minute because I came up with like four other names. I think I had like Pure Lit Aura. I had like aromas, Pure Lit. It was like other names and stuff, but I thought the Pure Lit candles was very unique because I'm like at the same time it goes hand in hand if you think about it. You do light a candle, and for people who are into spirituality or they're
Hmm.
into like the spirits and stuff, different things. If you think about the two, they kind of connect. So I was like, that's perfect. I'm going to go with pure lit candles. And after talking to people about it, it resonated with everybody. So it made sense.
That makes a lot of sense. So, tell everybody what goes into making a candle. We'll get into like let's first start out with like the supplies and everything that you need and investing in a
hmm
company like that.
So after doing my research and everything, I would say if anybody is interested in like building their candle business or like starting something with that, it's not as hard as you think. Any business that you get into, it's hard work. You have to put your all into it. You have to be focused and dedicated to it. But
Right.
actually, making candles is not as bad as you think. It's honestly fun. Like I didn't even know that. Like because you just think about, okay, you're paying for something, you're giving a service to a company, and that's the only side that you see of it. But being from the candle maker side of it now, I see how creative it is. The process is fun. You just turn on some music, and just create your candles. So basically, of course, you have your wax, and there's different types of wax. There's soy wax. You can do vegan wax. There's paraffin, different type of waxes for people,
Hmm.
and there's different candle modes. So as in vessels, like some people like to have metal vessels, wooden. You can do plastic,
Hmm.
whichever vessel you think works for your brand and color, go by that. You have tea lights, medium size, large candles. It just all depends on what you want and the feedback that you get from your clientele and your customers. And pretty much from there, you can either they have scents that are already made, like on
Hmm.
certain sites like Etsy, I think eBay, probably Amazon. Like you just go there, you can find scents. Like they have caramel scents, they have apple, pecan, cinnamon, like different flavors, Fruit Loop and stuff. That's one of my popular scents from my candles. So you're able to do that. But if you're a person who's like super holistic and natural, you could
Hmm.
go to like Whole Foods and buy something like ginger, aloe, and like infuse that into your candles and make your own homemade scent. So it kind of like just all depends on like what you want to do with your candles. And
Hmm.
like other materials, I would say people need. Now, this is an important one to have your candle presentation wise looking aesthetically correct and like pretty. You want to make sure that you have it's a wick holder. Your wick placeholder
Hmm.
is what makes your candle the nicest scent color. If you don't have it, your candle will not melt correctly and it will not hold. So when someone goes to burn
Oh
your
wow.
candle, you could have your wick
Uh-huh.
like shifted all the way to like the right. And at the paying customer, some
Right.
people may not pay attention to that, or they may. I know I would focus on that if I was to open a candle, and if like especially if someone has one wick and it's like all the
Right.
way, like you might look at that like that's weird. How is it gonna burn? Will my house burn down? So that's something that's really important. Just getting the wax, the scents, and the candle tin. That's
Hmm.
pretty much what it is and stuff
Okay,
for
that
the
sounds that
supplies.
sounds
hmm
yeah, that sounds pretty simple and everything. And so, can you tell everybody what flavors you currently have? What all flavors you sell right now?
Okay, so I currently have a Fruit Loop scent, and the color for that, for people that want to know, it's more of like a white cream color, but the scent is actually Fruit Loop. And then I had created two pink colors. One is more of like a light pink, it's like a natural pink. And then the other is like a hot fire pink. But the one that I have is like a one that's light thing for that candle is I have maple pecan, that's a yellow one, and then I have salted caramel, which is a little bit orange. Now that scent is funny because I played around with that one time, mixing different colors. And one time, even though it's an orange color, like it's burnt orange, another color that I got from that was like an actual light peach, and it had the same
Oh
type of
wow.
scent, but it had turned the color. It's still orange in the orange category. It just turned it to a light peach, so it made it look
Okay.
even prettier. I was like, that's
Yeah.
interesting. So I'm like, if somebody was like, they love that type of color, or it matched something in their room, they could go
Mm-hmm.
off of that. And then the last
That's
one I have is Snickerdoodle. So that's the color of my
snickerdoodle.
shirt, blue.
Like a
hmm
blue. And can you tell everybody what sizes they come in?
Yeah, so I could actually show someone what a 10 looks
Yeah.
like so they can see the
Yeah.
size. Okay. So this is the packaging.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. This is the packaging. So this is
Okay.
like the outside size and stuff. So we'll show you what the size is. So this is the size.
Well, I love
So
the black.
basically, this is what you consider. Thank you. You would consider this medium size, basically. So when you open it, this is how it looks. Let's see.
And what is that, summer candy?
Yeah, so this is summer candy. Let's see if I can get it in the screen. Summer
Oh,
candy.
okay, yeah, that's summer candy. Okay, perfect.
So this was a popular scent. A lot of people have
Oh,
loved
I
this
love
scent.
summer
I
candy.
had to bring it back
Everybody, summer
because
candy
summer
is
candy
so.
is
Everybody that I let smell summer candy just like falls in love. Like they're just like it's so
yeah,
good.
because it gives you like that
That's
summer
like
vibe.
your company favorite. Everybody loves summer
hmm It gives you like the island vibe, like a carnival. It makes you think you want like cotton candy or something. Like it's
candy.
just summer.
Smells really good. And then what other sizes do you have?
So other sizes I have are my tea light candles. Those
Mm-hmm.
are a little bit smaller. The tea lights are like real small. They're like the size that you can put around your bathtub. So we know some of you all are very like romantic, into romance and
Right.
stuff. Like to take your hot baths and like light candles or read a book and stuff. Those are for people who enjoy that type of atmosphere. So yeah, those
Okay.
are like really small. But if you have enough of them, it can provide the aroma that you're looking for.
Okay, okay. And then you working on like the large, big ones that you see, like the
hmm
Yankee candle.
Yeah, so now I'm ready, yes, to venture off. So my next vessels I want to get, I want them to be like really large to provide more wax and stuff. I'm going to be providing more wicks inside of those, so I'm excited for those. I may transition into new scents for the bigger ones, or I may just stick with the same ones I have and just
Okay.
transfer it to like a different vessel. But yeah, it's just all a part of the creative process.
Okay. That sounds good. So, have you thought of any
hmm
new flavors? Like, what's next for Pure Lit candles? Have you? I've seen candles with like, and I think we talked about this before, but like
hmm
cereal in them or diamonds or what do you have any plans to take your candles to like the next level as far as putting any accessories in it?
Yeah, so I have thought about using crystals. Like I'm a big fan of crystals and
Right.
like earth stones. Like aligning your energy to like your birthdays and stuff, or just like different things. Like I know they have like amethyst. If you pray over certain things, it could like bless you for like your finances, or like your love, like different things pertain to that. So yeah, I've thought about like putting like certain gemstones or those type of things in my candles. And there's other scents I want to try out. Like I may do a mango scented candle
That sounds
or like
good.
a chocolate almond. So I'm thinking of like trying different scents and stuff for the future.
That sounds good. That sounds good. And do you
Mhm.
have any well actually we could talk about it. Let's talk about Pure Thoughts because we also have a book together called Pure Thoughts and we want to start a company
Yes.
called Purge Inc. where we're merging books and candles because I do books and you do candles and I really think they go together because
Correct.
I like a good candle burning while I'm reading a book. And so I guess tell everybody a little bit about, how you come up with your different poetry because it's called Pure Thoughts. It's
Mhm.
on Amazon. So what is your thought process when you're coming up with different poems? Because you get a lot of poems done very quickly too.
Yeah, I would say for me, poetry is something like I didn't realize how much it was something I enjoyed at the time because in
Right,
high school I never liked English. I know poetry is it's like a subject of English,
right,
like something. So I never really cared for like writing and stuff. I just like got it out the way to just graduate. But then it was like I realized that one day I started writing poems here and there, and every day I would write a poem. It would just happen, but like it was just off the top of my brain. Like I could be sitting here talking to someone, and I'll instantly think of something, and like I used to just jot it down. And like I think that's just how my creative process worked. Like I didn't have to just overthink anything or I would try to not get like a writer's block. And like in the instance, I
mm,
think of a topic like if I was thinking about a mango or something and I wanted to write a poem based on that, I would
mm,
just write down something immediately. The next thing you know, I just have a poem. So I think for me, it's something that kind of works perfectly. But I know for everybody it's different. Some people have to really, like strategically plan out their poems or they want to go by categories. And like, I don't really do that. I go based off of what I feel. So it's
right,
not like I say in 1 week I'm doing like all romantic poems, and the next week it's based on
right.
mental illness or something within politics. It's just based on what I'm thinking of in the moment, and I have to capture it because if I lose it, I won't have a poem that I'm
Yeah.
excited about. Like,
That's what kind of happens with me. With the same thing with doing
hmm
poems, I just kind of go based
you
off
have
of
the
what
same
I feel
thing.
that day. Yeah, and I know you're right. You're working on a book for mental illness. How important? Let's try to link. Like, do you think candles and like meditation are like a soothing environment helps with mental illness? Like, do you think your
I
candles
would
can help with that?
definitely say that. I think actually more than people do or think they should meditate, or maybe light a candle at least. Well, I would say for the meditation part, at least like 15 to 30 minutes a day, whether that's in the morning, if you're just getting off of work and coming in the house, or like before you
Right.
rest and stuff. Like meditation is key to people because it's a lot that happens in the world, whether it's in your workplace and your family life relationships, and just different aspects of your life. And like meditation is key to keeping the mind sane and to keeping people mentally on track because you can lose yourself in different situations and it can be very scary. And there's a lot of triggers that come behind that. But I've, read like um statistics on people where they have said that
Mm,
meditation has worked. People think another thing that works for them is candles. Candles is not just something that, you buy, keep it in the
right.
house and it looks pretty. Like some people who are very religious, you have people that are like Catholics and stuff, they pray over candles.
They
People are
do.
7 Day Adventists, so candles are just much more than how it is. Like it really can save you from situations and it can help you out with your mental illness. So, I think these are all things that people should just think about moving forward because with COVID, it's been a lot of deaths and it's been like so much happening in the world that we have to just stay prayed up.
Yes, I definitely agree. That's a great way of looking at it. I think that's wonderful. So tell everybody where they can find you on social media, your website, where they can buy the candles, and like your shipping process or how you can get it to them and everything.
Okay, so my personal Instagram is at Lucy Lou Louis 26. So that's at Lucy Lou 26, and that's for my personal Instagram. And for my candle Instagram, it's going to be at Pure Lit Candles. So that's PureLitCandles at Pure Lit Candles. And I also have my website that I just had revamped and I have it up and running. So yeah, you're able now to purchase the candles from my site and you can check it out, see what you like. And I'm going to be, trying to add more products and stuff to the site as I venture off, like I told you, into the bigger vessels and stuff. So it's a lot more. Stay
Yes,
tuned.
yes, you got a lot more to come. Well, thank you for coming on the show today, sharing a little.
And you can also cash app me as well. So my
Oh
cash app
yeah,
also is S Lover 23 for people, if you ever have any like technical difficulties with the site or something doesn't go well, you can DM me on Instagram or you can just cash at me. That works better. But yeah, I'm willing to ship. I do shipping and stuff. Go to the post office. So yeah, that's not an issue.
yeah. So Cash App $Lover 23, Lucy Lou 26 on IG, and Pure Lit
Correct.
Candles on IG. So everybody go
You
check it
got it.
out.
Yep.
Yeah, go check it out. So thank you so much for coming on the show. Again, this is the Area Justice Show, a segment of the
Yes.
Christina Roberts Show, brought to you by rollingout.com, and we are rolling out. Thank you, Shayna.
Rolling out. Thank you.
Hello, I'm not sure how to do this if it's the right way to go about writing you. So, me and my neighbors are at odds. Started when they set fire to their balcony and blamed another tenant in the house, but it turned out it was them who did it all along. So I text her, I'm gonna call her A, and I said, I'm sorry that I ever believed the other neighbor E would ever do something like that. And boy, did that set her and her dude off. I began ignoring them because we were never friends, but I always did things for them out the kindness of my heart. But that's neither here or there. Now she has caused issues in my relationship because she had a confrontation about why I'm not speaking to her, etc. She kept over speaking, over talking me, so no one could get a word in. And her man was coaching her and said that he would slap me. But the thing is, my fiance was standing there and claims he didn't hear him say that. And he didn't come to my defense at all. Should I be upset with him for that? Because the way I'm sitting here telling him, the way I'm sitting here telling him, I better never hear another smart remark come out his mouth to me at all, especially if he didn't even take my defense. Should I be upset? Should I feel like he didn't protect me? Well, yes, you should be upset. Do I think it should be the end of your relationship? I don't know about all that. But yeah, a man is supposed to be a protector. And if another man sat there and said that he was going to slap you and your man didn't come to your defense, that would definitely be an issue for me. I mean, some men are weak, some men are strong. But a strong man would never sat there and put up with that. I'm not saying he should have beat the man's behind or anything, but he should have been, don't talk to my woman like that. If you're going to hit anybody, it better be me. I totally agree with what you're saying to an extent. As for the neighbors, I mean, people setting fires and all that stuff like that sounds like a crazy situation. You may want to consider moving. That may be your best bet. Just a suggestion. I'm not saying if it's not easy to do that. I realize we're in the middle of a coronavirus, but I would definitely stay away from them. This is how things escalate, and you hear about it in the news. So please be careful. But as for your man, yeah, he doesn't need to say anything else if he can't even protect you. And that's my 2 cents.
Good day, peeps and peepettes, and welcome to Nikita's Virtual Jukebox, where I bring you great musical talent to your digital screens. As you can see, I'm your host, Nikita Tiffany, and we have a lovely, lovely young lady with us today. She is a songwriter, producer, comedian. We're going to get into that comedian stuff a little later.
Egg scrambler. You know what I'm saying? I crochet a little bit. Let's get it all in.
She do it all. By way of make sure I say this right.
Pomona.
Oh, okay. Yep. I can't. Yep. Sometimes
you good.
Pomona, California. But she's here in Atlanta right now. A great talent. I hear you went to Columbia College, Chicago for theater.
Yeah, I did. And you know what? It was such an expensive experience for what I got. Like, dang, why was I majoring in theater? But I had a good time. Though, so that's the point.
Okay, so you also have worked with Akon,
yes,
Bangladesh, T-Bars, and your most notable ludicrous hit, Hello.
Man, that's the big homie. Such an incredible man. And we have such a great catalog together. Love working with him, man.
It looked like y'all tight. I might have to you. Was like, can we get him on the show?
Look, I'm done.
But you and yourself is a great talent. And I also see that you're a writer on Commerce World. That's going to be released on Netflix. So.
Absolutely, man. It's going to be an awesome, empowering cartoon for our Black girls. You know what I'm saying? Little 10-year-old rapper. She's real cool and she's gonna educate our little Black girls. You know what I mean?
I love it. You doing dope shit. You doing dope shit.
Oh, thank you,
Doing dope shit. Okay, so our time is limited, so I do want to get into
Facts.
our interview or whatever. So the first question I want to ask you, the entertainment industry, especially music, as for songwriters and producers, is very a male-dominated world.
Right.
So what is the woman's impact on writing and producing in that? How have your journey been? How have you impacted that? And how has it been for you, basically?
You know what? Femininity rules creativity. I mean, like, we are literally the producers of the world. You know what I mean? So, of course, in the music industry, it's extremely impactful, just not in the forefront. You know what I mean? Of course, we've had to learn how to circumnavigate around egos, around like just our general place in a patriarchal society where we kind of gotta move. But women are becoming so assertive and empowered and starting to take on more executive roles. And I love it. I love it. The women producers that are out now, my favorite is Tasha Couture. I love Tasha Couture.
Give us something that she produced so the people could know.
Oh my goodness. She produced something with my homie Trey Beats. I think the song is called Water. And I can't, sometimes I have a little herbal refreshment, so I can't like recall how the sound goes. But if you look up Tasha Couture, her work is amazing. And there's been so many, of course, pioneers in the game. What's the really famous writer? Because you write as well. And you're actually, first of all, got a little chick on the side. Y'all need to sleep on Nikita. You know what I'm saying? I know she did a remake, but she be jamming. That was my joint, first of all. Esther Dean, that's what I want to say. Esther Dean, the way that she's impacted women's writing has just been so inspiring to me. I would love to have a career like her. And I encourage more women to be more assertive in this male-dominated field. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and touch the beats too, because I love when women really get into beats. Go out there and don't just leave it to your pen. Go out there and start touching the beats too. We need that.
Yeah, because you do both. You do both.
You know what I'm saying? Just a little round down.
You do both. I love it. I do want to get into though. Okay, so you say I've learned something new about you.
Yeah,
you're a comedian, and I do be seeing your videos on Instagram. I be cracking up laughing.
Yes.
So tell me, it seems to be like most comedians are good at music. What's up with that? Like,
okay, so most comedians are good at music because music is predominantly formatted around timing, and comedians are all about timing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what makes things funny. So it's just like kind of like very intertwined with each other. But before I started in music, like I got my start in comedy, you know what I'm saying? Was doing a lot of improv in LA. And of course, that's what I went to college for. But I love making videos, you know what I'm saying? And I'm moderately funny. I just enjoy, it's a great outlet, you know what I'm saying? I hope you guys check out, once we get into my social media and stuff, I hope you go, check out my page and see if you like my comedy videos. You feel me?
Well, we're about to get into one right now.
Yes.
Can you explain to us what this video is about?
Yes.
What inspired it?
Yes. This video is called Supermarket Sally. And of course, we've been naming Karens, different variety of Karens out here. That are unfortunately really being extra in the dealings with Black people. And I was discussing with Nikita, I was like, I think it's a little dangerous, but of course, comedy is to make light of things that are sometimes serious. And so I just wanted to make a funny video about Karens. So I hope you guys enjoy.
So let's check it out. Supermarket Sally.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Ooh, her dreadlocks don't look friendly.
Nah, bitch, y'all don't need no protein. Okay, don't be nervous. I love black people, you know? It's fine. Hey, if young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. Hey! Oh my god. Who is young Metro? How do I gain his trust? Holy unseasoned guacamole. Nigga, why do I feel so offbeat? Oh my god, it sees me. Oh shit, this bitch want my organs. I seen Get Out, nigga. White people love blood. They love it. Stop running from me, you're threatening me. Supermarket Sally, stop. I have a peace offering. Put it in whatever meal you can find.
Give white people raisin.
That was CYB Fly with Supermarket Sally.
Crazy. Yo.
You know what? I have no words for Sally's and Karens and whatever they go. You know, people keep it clean because you know this is going live, so I'm gonna keep it clean. So people,
Okay.
You know, on the hook with how she feel about. I ain't gonna even say, but that was funny. That was funny. You're right. You have to. Sometimes you just gotta laugh and keep from crying or keep killing.
Facts.
Some of them, I'm surprised some of them don't get punched in their throat.
Facts.
Yeah, but whatever. So I want to actually do one question though. Who? Okay, you said extra dean as far as your writing, producing, and stuff. So who inspired you, comedian wise? Who do you?
Ooh, wow. Damn, so many people. Probably everybody in Harlem Nights. When I say everybody in Harlem Nights are like comedic gods, I love it. I love it. And mind you, Esther Dean is my my woman inspiration for writing. My favorite writer, I just want to put it out there, is Freddie Mercury from Queen. I don't know if you know Freddie. You know Fred?
A little bit. I need to Google some more.
Okay, well, thank you. Get into him because he's crazy. But yes, no. Comedic wise, everybody in Harlem Nights I freaking love.
So for the youngest who don't know who Harlem Nights, that's the Eddie Murphy joint.
Yeah, true. Right. No, see, I'm telling my age right now. That's an old ass movie too.
You know, some of us don't know, but you know, that's classic. Who else was in there? Della Reese.
Woo.
Fred
Red Fox.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Robin Harris.
Yeah. It's a classic. It's a classic.
Absolutely.
Eddie did his thing on that one.
Thanks.
Okay, so now we get to the favorite product, my favorite part of the show, to where I give my guests, we play a game.
Oh Lord.
So your game, since we a writer, producer, comedian, we gonna play Who's That Spittin'?
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna read you some song lyrics. I'm not gonna read it in time or in rhythm or the melody because you don't know who it is. So I'm just reading the lyrics. See how good you know your lyrics. You know.
Shoot, let me pop my lot so I can hear real quick. Let's get it.
So, and I heard you are a 90s hip hop, you know, classic soul person. So it's right up in the genre. So you should.
Okay.
So you let me pull my words out.
Okay, let me see.
Now you got to tell me the title of the song and the group, or the
title and the group. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
This should be so easy, and I'm trying not to say it in time.
Okay.
Back to get wrecked. All respect to those who break their necks to keep their hoes in check. Cause they sweet. They sweat her brother majorly, and I don't know why your girl keeps paging me.
She tell me that she needs me, cries when she leaves me, and every night she needs me, she's crazy. That's Tupac. I get around.
Yes. Okay. What was the group though? It was Pop, right?
Oh. Tupac. Don't do me like this. Tupac and the Digital Underground, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
I like how you just finished it for me. I stumbled on some words over there, but I like how you just finished it.
Okay.
You know your stuff. Okay, next. Now this is a song.
Okay.
Classic soul song. You might or may not get it.
Okay. Ooh.
But let's see. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Don't take for granted the smile upon her face. Check a little bit closer, you might find a tear trace. Maybe the little girl never said a mumbling word, but you gotta make sure that her voice is heard. I tell you what, he's an excellent musician. Also, he was a hoe in real life.
Damn, there's so many hoes though. There were so many hoes. I could pick better musicians. That don't narrow it down at all. Let me see. Shit.
I tell you what.
Fam, you got me on that.
I'll give you a song that he's done, and then you'll know. And maybe you know this song. If you think you love me down.
You say, if you think you love me now. That's
yeah.
See, kids, you gotta stop smoking, because I know who this is. And I don't know who this is. Who is it, Keita? Oh!
And the song is "A Woman's Gotta Have It."
See, look, you got me with the heat right there. Damn.
Great song, by the way. Bobby Womack is
that was an excellent song. Excellent song.
It's a beast. So I got one more for you.
Okay.
Now, if you don't get this, Carla.
No. Here it go. I'm about to get it.
You should get this.
Yes.
Because then it's like, okay. So you ready?
Okay.
That'll be too easy. I'm trying to say a section where. Okay. You should get this, and this is so easy. I be like knick knack, patty whack, or where my kitty cat, give a dog a bone. How many licks does it take till I get to the center and let a real nigga take you home?
Oh, that's Boss Man right there. Hold on, I was about to say, hold on. Look, that's Ludacris. What's your fantasy?
Hello. Yeah.
No, that is not.
It's hello.
No, it's not. That was What's Your Fantasy. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. No,
that's not you wrong.
You should edit it out. You can make me lose my job, Jake. Edit it out.
But that was fun, though. You did good, though. You did good. The songs be random, so I get it. Okay. So, tell the people what you got coming up. Where can we find you? And then,
you know what I'm saying? You can find me on Pornhub, BBW section. No, I'm just kidding. No, you can find me on Instagram. CYBFly, that's CWHYBEFLY. You can find me on Twitter at the same name. I am creating content for a platform called Kid Nation. So look out if you follow Kid Nation, KIDNATION on Instagram. It's a company ran by Ludacris. It's like all kid songs. It's really fun and positive. You know what I'm saying? Some of your kids can listen to. Make sure you look out for that. Got a mixtape coming out too. More comedy videos. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully a collaboration with Keita. She cold. You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready.
I appreciate everybody's support and love. For real.
Girl, you a dope.
Thank you.
Like, you're dope. Like, I've heard some of your stuff. I actually saw you make a beat in like real time on that.
You know what I'm saying?
And it was like, oh, that shit was dope. You really dope. But yes, that's all we have for today. But I do want to, maybe later on we bring you back on when all your projects drop.
Yes.
That'd be great. But y'all need to go out and support her and follow her, and she's dope. Like, she's really dope. Follow her Instagram, her social media, so you can see more of what she does. This is only 15 minutes, so we don't give you everything, but we give you a little taste so you can go back and go follow these people, watch them.
I appreciate you so much, Keita.
I appreciate you.
Man, that's love, man. Thank you.
I appreciate you. So that's all we have for today. We would like to thank you, the viewers, for tuning in. We would like to thank CYBFly for gracing us with her gifts and talents. That girl bad, y'all. And also, thanks for the viewers for watching the Kristina Roberts Show, powered by Rolling Out. I always leave y'all with a quote, so here you go. Life is the song, love is the music. Live it.
Yes.
Peace.
Hey, come on. It's your girl, Kristina, come on.
Say what?
Hey, oh.
That's right.
Kristina Robber Show. Hey, it's your girl Kristina.